All right, we are starting this video quite a bit earlier than the normal ones. Usually we're starting these videos on the boat, but this is a format I've been requested quite a bit. Just a day in the life of a lobster fisherman starting from the beginning. But this one's usually a bit of a challenge for me because the house is full of kids, so it's hard to talk to you guys while I'm at the house. But this morning I've actually got the house to myself, which is a bit of a strange feeling. The whole family's gone to a water park, which I was supposed to go on the trip to the water park. I was supposed to be hauling the traps that we're hauling today yesterday, but the weather didn't cooperate, and unfortunately I had to stay behind to go haul the traps today. We talked about this in one of the last videos. That's actually one of the biggest challenges of the job, is the schedule that comes with it. There really is no schedule, and you have no idea what you're gonna be doing until ultimately the night before, or a lot of times the morning of. Which brings me to the first step of the day. Usually this is where I'm tiptoeing around the house trying not to wake the house up, so it feels very strange to be talking right now. So as you see, the morning starts pretty early, usually 3:30, 4 o'clock, and we'll touch on a little bit later on why we get up so early to get going, but basically the first step of the day is to check the weather and see how the weather is. There's a few buoys out in the water, and there's a few islands that have some weather stations on them, and they update every hour and give you the live weather. Let's see what we got. At 3 o'clock at Mount Desert Rock, we had 15 to 17, which is not bad. Peak gust to 20. So not great. I was kind of hoping it would be down in the low teens. Yesterday, this is where I started my morning as well. As I said, I was supposed to go haul these traps yesterday, and I was very much looking forward to going on the water park trip with the family. But when I woke up yesterday and checked the weather, it was blowing like 30, and that's really the cutoff. The cutoff kind of changes throughout the year depending on how good the fishing is and how the price is. When it's worth it, we'll go tough out some weather, but when it's not, we'll tend to stay home. 30 is a bit much to be leaving in. If it breezes up and blows 30 while we're there, that's one thing, but to leave in 30, and they were given the same wind all day long. So sometimes we'll go in 30 if it's supposed to drop out, suffer through the morning and then drop out. It looks like it's supposed to be a pretty nice day. There's a lot of mornings I wake up, I'm praying that it is blowing. Sometimes that's the excuse. There's a lot of days when the weather, we kind of use it, we're kind of happy that there's wind in the morning. Wake up, and sometimes we'll use that as an excuse not to go. But sometimes we're bummed out that it is there. Like yesterday morning, I was really hoping to get the traps hauled yesterday, again, to go on that trip, but the weather didn't cooperate. Here we are today. Chinese leftovers for lunch. All right, so it's now a little after 4. I've got my camera gear packed up. I've got my lunch packed up. Crew will be here in about 10 minutes. Before I head out, we'll show you G Nugget. If we sneak up on G Nugget, we can usually see him. If I turn the light on, he runs and hides in his hole. He's usually out and about when it's dark. Let's see if we can catch him out and about. Gotta ambush him. Here we go. Oh, he's like, what's that light? He's chilling. He's doing pretty good. He's been eating well. I've been giving him worms and herring. He's been doing real good. I got him that little log to hide in. Look at him, what a legend. The horn dog's doing pretty good too. Oh, no, light. He's just chilling as well. It's hard to film many interactions with him. I'll try again later today, actually. I'm gonna keep an eye out throughout the day on the boat for something to bring home to feed to G Nugget. And then when I get home, I'll feed it to him and put a GoPro in with him, because he takes whatever I feed him and he goes and hides under the rock. He's completely rearranged all the sand. If you look, you can see the big divots and craters that he's dug in the sand. He did that all himself. Like, when I put that log in there, it was sitting on top of 4 inches of sand. And now it's sitting on the bottom of the tank. And you can see those rocks right there. He actually hollowed out underneath them. And he has a little hole that he lives in under there as well. This thing just kind of bobbles around. I haven't got the horn dog to eat. If he doesn't eat soon, I might have to let him go. He just kind of lays around. We'll try to find you a worm today too. We don't have a name for the horn dog, I just realized. Anyway, the crew just pulled in the driveway, so I gotta get going. I actually gotta load some rope up that I cut up yesterday. Let's get this day underway. Fall is in the air this morning. That's one thing that I did forget to check. Usually I'll check the temperature before I go outside. I forgot to even check it, so we're gonna get it on the truck here. What do we got? I'm guessing about 39, 37. Pretty chill. All right, so this time of year, that's the worst part. The cold days combined with wind days are brutal, but Tristan doesn't get cold. He wears a few layers. He's like an ogre. Right, Tristan?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know, but yeah, exactly.
Exactly. I told him you were like an ogre.
An ogre?
An ogre. You got a lot of layers.
I got a lot of layers. You know what you are? Really tall. Really tall.
I should rewatch Shrek. There's Cody. He spotted us. We've been spotted. There's Cody. Right, Cody?
Yeah, right.
Right? Okay. Cody thinks that Tristan's an ogre also.
Oh, geez. Sorry, Tristan.
All right. 10 minutes to the shore.
Beauty morning.
It is.
It is a beauty morning. Full moon.
It is.
It's like daylight up there. We do keep an eye out for deer on the way to the shore, but we don't shine fields. We're just looking in the road for big old bucks that show up and wander into town. That way when it is legal, you know where they're hanging out. Oh, there's Jeremy! Right, Jeremy?
Beautiful day.
Right?
Right.
Right?
Whatever the captain says.
Everybody's agreed so far this morning.
Whatever the captain says is right.
Okay, Jeremy agrees also. This is the part of the morning we usually get in the old skiff that you see us in, and we go out to the mooring where the boat is, but I actually spent the day yesterday working on the boat, taking the old boom off the boat to try to get rid of some of the roll. That boom is a lot of unnecessary weight up really high on the boat, which adds a lot of roll to the boat. And we're not using the boom now that Pogie's purse seining season is over. So the boom is off the boat, but I didn't get done with that till late, so I just tied the boat up at the co-op at the dock. So we got the luxury of being tied up essentially at a slip this morning. I wish we had a slip year-round, but usually we're on a mooring. The boom is gone. Woo! What a morning. There goes Dad. The harbor's alive. The harbor's usually pretty busy on a calm day after a lot of windy days. Everybody's fierce to go get something done.
Can I donkey kong throw this mail?
Yeah, donkey kong. No, you gotta ogre throw it.
Ogre throw it.
That's gonna stick. You lost.
You ogre.
I don't know.
Ogres are like tall. I'm the shortest in the group.
It's because of the layers.
Oh. I did have about
Ogres
15
are like
the other
onions.
day.
They have a lot of layers.
Yeah, I did have about 15 the other day.
Right, Jeremy?
That's right.
You agreed earlier, when you said right earlier, you were agreeing to Tristan was an ogre.
Yeah, but definitely still an ogre.
All right, wake up, John deere. Did I have enough ropes on her? It was blowing pretty hard when I left. I was like,
I think I got them all.
all right. And we're off.
Right.
Right, exactly.
Exactly right.
It is now, what time we got now? 4:39. 1, 2, 3, 4 boats up and going this morning. This is actually where we'll finish the day at the end of the day. This is the scale. We'll put all our lobsters on that and they'll go up that conveyor belt to a wholesaler. There will likely be a truck waiting for us when we get in. Assuming everything goes to plan and we do have some lobsters to sell when we get in. You never know what kind of curveballs you may encounter. Here we go. Well, there, we got what often mornings feels like the hardest part of the day is getting from the bed to the boat, getting headed out. That's, I don't know, some mornings, that's just the toughest part of the day is getting out of that bed, especially when it's cold and blowing and you really don't feel like going, and getting to the boat and on the boat and headed out. Once you're headed out, then it's fine, but getting from that pillow to the boat sometimes is a tough part of the day. That's behind us and we're underway. We've got about an hour and 15-minute ride this morning. We should have a sunrise on the ride. We're headed out past Harbor Point Can. There she goes. Goodbye, Winter Harbor.
We're rolling,
Rolling on the Newman. All right, let's get him in the boat. We have just arrived. It's a beautiful morning. It's cold though. I can't get warmed up, and I'm just coming off of about a week's sickness, and I'm still feeling it. Probably telling my voice. We've been wanting to make this video for a few days, but I literally haven't had a voice for like 5 days. Today's the first day I've been able to talk again. The sun is just starting to rise over there. I don't know if it'll be a real pretty sunrise. It's kind of overcast, but we've got 350 traps to haul today. So we are gonna get going. We'll put you right here. All right, let's see what's in store for today. There's a little bit of wind left. Still blowing 15, say 15 to 17, just about what it was when we checked it this morning. But it's supposed to drop out and be a nice day. Low tide is actually around 6 o'clock this morning, and it is 5:50 right now. And oftentimes when the weather changes, if they're giving wind breezing up or wind dropping out, oftentimes it'll actually happen at the tide change for whatever reason. I don't really know the science behind that. Maybe somebody does. You can let us know in the comments, but something about the tide changing sometimes will change the weather as well. Hopefully that's what happens this morning. The wind's supposed to drop out this morning and the tide is also this morning, so I'm assuming right here at 6 o'clock, also just coming daylight. Oftentimes as it comes daylight and the sun gets up, that changes the weather as well. So I think in about 20 minutes the sun will be up, it'll be warming up, there'll be no wind, it's going to be a beautiful day. We're about to hook onto the first trap, see what's in store for today. If you're new, this is the first video you've popped into. We are lobster fishermen here in Maine. as you can see, and we are pulling up 350 lobster traps today. Usually we haul 400, but the schedule got changed around a little bit. There are 5 traps on the end of each buoy, so we're gonna get off a buoy right here in a minute. We're gonna pull up 5 traps, see what's inside of them, and we're gonna continue that same process all day long, if I can find the first one here. All right, here comes the first one of the day. Cody's favorite traps. Woo-hoo! Oh, morning. Right, ready up a little baby one. Little baby one, all right. First trap of the day. Cody's got a little baby one for us. Missing its claw too. Growing a new one. Little crawdad. These are our favorite traps, or Cody's favorite traps that we got. These are one of our last strings that have wood runners on them. The runners are on the bottom of the trap and they make them slide nice on the rail. We've pretty much converted all 800 traps over to steel runners. They don't require much maintenance. The wood runners, borers, there's these little creatures on bottom that actually eat wood. Their whole purpose in life is to eat wood on bottom, which is fine if you're trying to get rid of old dead trees, but it sucks when you have wood runners on your traps and they eat them off. These first 50 traps are in severe need of some maintenance, but it's so late in the year and we're so close to the finish line that we've just been putting it off. And within the next week or two, we're actually going to bring them home and put them on land and sell them.
Talking about how awful they are and you want to sell them.
Yeah. Yeah, good salesman, huh? You want to buy some nice traps?
Besides the runners, they ain't bad.
No, the traps themselves are pretty good, but there's just no runners on them, and it makes the process really hard. It just adds an extra complication to hauling them. When they handle nice and smooth on the boat, it makes everything a lot easier. These ones suck to haul. But they'll only suck for another week or two, Cody.
That's right.
We've been saying that for like a month.
We're gonna take in babies home.
Jake, these are the ones that almost killed them too, right?
Yeah, these are the ones that almost pulled him overboard. So we'll actually take them up, put them on land, get rid of them, give them away, sell them, do something with them. And then next spring we'll replace them with brand new traps. All right, there goes the first 5 traps of the day. We're gonna get in a little rhythm here, try to make some time, haul some traps. We'll wake you up, get your attention, we'll wave you down, we'll do something, let you know if we catch anything cool or anything cool happens. There's trap number 10, and we got our first oversize, a big one already, right out of the gate this morning. Big female, she has no eggs, but she does have a V-notch. She's oversized anyway, so we couldn't keep her even if she didn't have a V-notch. She's headed back down to make some babies. Beauty. You want to give her a kiss? Yeah, I do. Little darling. No bite.
No snack, fellas?
No, not for her. She didn't have eggs. They get snacks when they have eggs. You notice Cody's throwing the traps instead of pushing them. Well, that one he pushed because that was one of the rare ones that did have runners on it. Most of these, as I said, don't have runners, so he's actually going to throw them off the boat instead of pushing them. 10 traps down, 340 to go. My son has become obsessed with hunting these 5, and we've been trying hard all hunting season to get him buck. We've come close a couple times, but no luck. Buoy number 3. Babies hurt when they poke you. About 1.5 pounds male. Beauty. Freshly shed, sweet meat, easy to pick. These are the best eating lobsters on the planet right here. As I throw them overboard. Usually I don't film keepers, so my habit after I finish filming the lobster is to throw it overboard.
Can I keep that one?
Yeah,
please?
let's not throw that one over. Take that one from me before I throw it.
Thank you.
There goes the 3rd buoy of the day, 67 to go. She's right there, a little Jonah crab. We gotta keep an eye out for something to feed G Nugget or anything cool for his tank. There's another big female, she's punched. Beauty.
Snapper.
Yeah, bring that home to G Nugget so you can have a friend.
Yeah, you can have a little buddy. Make sure it's not a female. We don't throw at that.
If we can't find anything for G Nugget to eat in the traps, then we'll bring a piece of bait home for him to feed him at the end of the day. We're also keeping an eye out for any rocks or any shells. Anything cool that we can stick in the tank as decorations. Then we're gonna get him a fresh tank of water, give him a water change at the end of the day also.
Take a look. Please. I'll be laughing with you. Oh, sorry. I didn't do that.
Have a nice training still. Slip to the gas.
No, the youngest one. Yeah, you got a Cherokee, and then he took him down with some of them guys that down with the dogs or whatever. He got a bear. Then they had a moose from it. He shot the moose, and he shot that
full of eggs. 40 traps into the day, and we're starting to see a bunch of eggs. You can see she's got probably 20 or 30,000 eggs on her. Tons of them. It's estimated they have about 10,000 eggs per pound. This is about a 2-pound lobster, so she's got about 20,000. She doesn't have a V-notch yet. When we catch eggers that don't have a V-notch, we gotta give them a V-notch and the second flipper in on the right. That just signifies that these lobsters are capable of breeding, protects them. She's now safe to go breed for the rest of her life. She's now illegal to keep. We can't keep females that have V-notches in their tails. There she goes. She's got her snack. She's headed home. We got 2. We haven't been catching many all summer, but now that the cool weather has showed up, they're starting to show back up. We are 50 traps into the day. We've got a little snack for G Nugget. We got a sandworm, creepy looking thing. They actually live in the mud flats. But we do get worms out here, which is pretty crazy. The ocean floor, the mud is covered in these worms. And lobsters love worms, so this will be a good little snack for G Nugget. We'll give it to him when we get home. We'll see what else we can find. This is a beauty, probably oversized. Over 5 inches, we can't keep them. This is the measure. We go from the eye down to the back. It stays up on. Oh, he's close. He's about 5 1/8, just a little too big. Beauty, look at him trying to swim. These guys are protected. These are the ones that breed the large females. He's headed back down. He looks like he's pretty frisky to go find a female. There he goes. All right, we're 100 traps into the day. We're having breakfast. We don't take a lot of time to eat on the boat. We actually don't usually stop to eat breakfast. We usually just eat in between buoys, in between strings, whenever we get a minute. It's a pretty fast-paced day. We usually don't stop too much from the time we start to the time we finish, which makes it tough to give our bodies everything that it needs to function properly, especially going long days. Muscles start to cramp up. Which leads me to the sponsor of today's video. It's actually VitaCholine. Choline is actually an ingredient that's found in lobsters. That's actually part of the reason you feel so good after you eat a delicious Maine lobster. Choline is also something our bodies produce naturally. It just doesn't produce quite enough of it. Choline is crucial to brain, liver, muscle, and metabolic health. So if you go ahead and eat lobsters every single night for dinner, that'll help you a lot with your choline intake. But if you can't eat lobsters every single night for dinner, you can also look for it in your supplements. Look on the ingredient label on the back of your supplements for choline. Those are good on a sandwich. You want one on your sandwich? Yeah, let's try it.
Green apple sandwich.
Just drive that baby right in there. Right in the sandwich. There you go, right there. That's perfect. A green apple ham sandwich. Choline is a top quality ingredient, so you can trust that it's giving your body the things that it needs and doing the job right. Next time you're out shopping for your supplements, keep an eye out for the supplements with choline for an ingredient inside of them. And thank you again, VitaCholine, for sponsoring today's video and for giving our bodies what they need, keeping our brain healthy, keeping our muscles cramp-free, keeping our metabolism going. We're gonna get back to work. So the last time we hauled these ones, we actually broke this weak link. This is a new regulation that we just got last year, I guess. This is an effort to reduce entanglement risk, which we didn't pose. We don't pose much of an entanglement risk as it is. This is just an extra safety measure, I guess, and they're kind of silly. There's a little piece of plastic that holds our whole thing together. Our whole, right in the middle of the warp, all the way down. There's 2 of them between the buoy and the traps. We got $1,000 worth of gear on the bottom, and it's held together with this little piece of plastic. They're supposed to break away at 1,700 pounds. In case a whale does get entangled in them, then the whale can just break these. But the trouble with them is 1,700 pounds isn't very strong, and we break them off naturally just hauling them, especially if we get wound up with another fisherman and we have 2 buoys wound up with each other. They get extra heavy and they're harder to get to the surface. We actually broke one off the last day we hauled, and we're coming up on it right here. We're going to try to grapple it up. We have 3 grapples on the boat, which would work, but we're in about 320 feet of water, and in that deep of water, the more grapples you have, the better your chances are. So Dad was right here. We just swung over to him and we grabbed 2 extra ones off of him, so we have 5 grapples total. Should give us pretty good chances of getting
bring it back. I really hope we can get it back, because like I said, it's about $1,000 worth of traps laying on bottom, not counting any lobsters that are in them. Also the lost tags, we only have 800 tags for the year, and 5 of the tags are in those traps on bottom. And since it broke while we were hauling it, it makes it kind of challenging to grapple them up. We do have good marks, because we were hauling it, of when it broke, I could see on the plotter right exactly where they were, but the trouble is they were on their way up, so they were straight up and down, and when they broke, they all landed on top of each other on bottom. So there's not a very big target to hit on bottom. Usually they're spread out, all 5, so you have a large target on bottom to hit. Today we got a small target to hit, but hopefully the 5 grapples will increase our chances enough we can hook into them pretty quickly and not lose too much time on the day. All right, here goes the grapples. Hopefully this is quick. This can be a frustrating process. Time consuming, and sometimes you invest a lot of time into doing it and you get nothing to show for it in the end. I've grappled for an hour and a half some days and ended up not getting them. So just complete waste of time, but got pretty good marks. We got 5 grapples. Hopefully we can get them pretty quick, not waste too much time. Yep. That's going to be upside down, Tristan, what you're throwing in a pile.
It is?
Yep.
It should go out.
Yeah, it should go out. I would wait for a minute, make sure they do.
I'm just trying to get to the end so that way I can...
I think you'll probably have them first try. First try, 1 cast? Yeah. I hope you're right. First time, every time. Woo! Come on, Jake, don't fail me now. $1,000 on the line. Yee-hoo! Feels heavy. All right. 1 cast, Cody? 1 cast, that's my boy right there. I think we got it, we got something. Maybe we got a treasure chest. Of all the times we've done this, we've actually never really grappled up anything cool. Actually, take that back. I did grapple up an anchor one time.
Your dad grappled up one of the biggest lobsters he's ever caught.
Oh yeah?
That one when my dad was going with him, that picture I had, dragging for traps, and they ended up hooking him through the claw with the grapple. You'll realize like how much I was pressing your fingers and take it right off.
Well, I'd say we did not get it in 1 cast. We celebrated prematurely. Yeah. That feels heavy. Cast 2's coming back. I know I said it on the first cast, but this one feels heavy. There's no way those are cast. That's the treasure chest.
Yeah, that would be really good.
2 casts is respectable.
Oh, so you're saying you got it?
No, I don't know. Oh, there's definitely something there. She's heavy. You want to throw this rope in that crate? Untie that. Just cut it off, probably. I don't know. We got it by the end line. Very good.
That line's right there for the 2.
Don't need it. Well, that ain't gonna work, is it?
Oh, ow, fingers.
Tristan, you want to hold this with us? We gotta try to stop it from sinking so I can get this rope turned around.
You got it?
Almost. Why is that one heavy? Didn't even break in the weak spot.
No, it didn't, did it? That's weird.
Junk.
Good old. Yeah.
Welcome back. Here, are you putting the weak link back in it?
Yeah. It works so good, you know.
Yeah. Well, we got them all back in line. I'm quite excited about that. I was bummed out we broke those off last time. That hurts when you break off, especially those ones. Brand spanking new. Just bought them, just set them this spring. $200 a piece. I didn't know if we were going to be able to get them where they landed on top of each other. As I said before, those ones are tough to get. I've tried a lot of hours to get traps like that, but luck was on our side today. They're all back in line with buoys on them. They're still attached to the weak link, but at least they're attached. There was even a few lobsters left in them, so that's an extra little bonus. this. And in the event where we couldn't get the traps back, which does happen occasionally, it's not super common. We usually try pretty hard to get them. If we weren't able to grapple them right there, we would come back and set traps on top of them and continue setting traps on top of them. And a lot of times they'll tangle up with each other. Sometimes if that doesn't work also, whenever we go halibut fishing, we keep all the old marks of where we have lost traps in the past. I know where every trap I've lost is, and a lot of times we'll set halibut hooks on top of them and we'll get them back like that as well. And most of the time it's not really a matter of if we're going to get it back, it's just a matter of how long it's going to take us. But eventually, we usually do get it back, and then sometimes even some other fishermen will get them. We have our tags and everybody knows each other's numbers, and we'll help each other out and get traps back to each other. Sometimes they are lost and they do have escape vents in them, held in with biodegradable hog rings, and those hog rings will rust away and that escape vent will open up and everything in it will be able to get out, and then they just become habitat at that point. We only lost 30 minutes today, which is great. Some days it could take, like I said, upwards hour and a half. I've grappled for 2 hours some days and I'm frustrated, don't really want to get them back, but we'll get back to work now. We're about halfway through the day, see what the rest of the day has in store. Look at the size of that egger. Monster. She's got an old V-notch. She shed most of her notch out, so we're going to freshen that up for her. Aaron, Tristan?
Ready?
Oh, she was a little too slow. There she goes. That's a beauty. About 40,000 eggs. If I miss a buoy, it's a strike. And if I miss 3 in a day, I strike out. And the day that I strike out, he gets to throw me overboard. I haven't struck out yet, but it's getting pretty late in the year. And I really hope that when I do strike out, it's in the summertime and not in the winter, because I really don't want to get thrown overboard right now. The water is 47 degrees. We are in land of the eggers, tons of them. There's 2-3 eggers per trap right here, tons of them. And we got 2 in that last trap with signature V-notches. These are the ones that we put in. We're putting them in on a steep angle from the right to the left, just to see how many of them we recapture and how far they travel. There was 2 in that trap. That's pretty cool. We got a beauty codfish. There used to be a thriving groundfish fishery all along the coast of Maine, gill nets, pretty much all gill net boats, some fish draggers, but low stocks of codfish actually put them out of business. They stopped fishing. There's hardly any gill net boats left, but man, those codfish are good. We actually dry them out, the big ones, hang them up in the sun, gut them out and open them up and hang them right in the sun, let them dry for a week or so, depending on the temperature and the weather. They dry right out, you put salt and pepper on them, and they're good. It's kind of like jerky, but fish. I can go for some dried fish right now.
I know. It's been a while since I've had some good stuff.
Look at this monster right here. She is humongous. That's probably the biggest female we've ever caught. Huge female. Usually the big ones are males for some reason. That is a monster female. Holy cow. Her claws aren't really that big, but her body is huge. That lobster's probably pushing 100 years old. Wicked cool. She's a dinosaur. She's actually not in too bad a shape. She could use to shed, but she doesn't have any shell disease, which usually they do once they get this big. That is a beauty. That is cool. She's strong. Look at her tail. It's bigger than my arm. That's awesome. I think she deserves a snack. Not that she really needs help eating, I don't think. She's eating pretty good. Hopefully her claws will do it. There she goes. Beauty. Oh, all right. She's not taking it. She's like, kid, I'm like 100 years old. I've been eating for longer than you've been alive. I don't need help now. Thank you, though. All right. All right. See you later, big mama. This tank right here is actually full of hot water and it's heated by the engine coolant, and we use it to clean the buoys. We'll dip it, put the rope in the tank, and it'll kill off all the grass and the growth that grows on the ropes and on the buoys. Keeps everything clean so it doesn't splatter and make a mess all over the boat. All right, it is now 11:45 and we are down to the last 50 traps of the day. We're actually going to do something we call shifting. You've seen us do it in some of the videos in the past where we put the traps on the boat. So we're actually going to put all 50 traps on the boat. We're going to take them to a different location and set them out to finish the day. We usually do this in the beginning or the end of the day. And we're usually doing it to try to follow the lobsters. Right now there's not really a lot of lobsters to follow. We're just kind of doing it more to get into the winter location, I guess. There's not a lot of lobsters. Sometimes the shifting process can be tedious and sometimes it can be fun. It all depends on if you're chasing lobsters or if you're just trying to move because the place that you're in sucks. When you're chasing lobsters, it's kind of fun because you're moving traps to a new location where the fishing is pretty good and you're improving your catch. But in the situation right now, it's more of a tedious thing. We're leaving because there's no lobsters here. There's also no lobsters where we're going, so we're just, when I say it like that, I don't really know why I'm doing it. But I guess the goal of moving these is with hopes that there may be some lobsters where we're going at some point in the future. But you can usually tell what the winter fishing is going to be like based on the fall fishing, and the fall hasn't been anything very exciting, so I don't suspect the winter will be too exciting either. We either got to do this or we're going to bring them in and put them on the wharf because where they are right now is going to be a complete waste of time within the next week or two. So this is kind of the alternative to taking them up, which is a double-edged sword. Taking them up, I'll be honest, is a little bit more appealing than moving them, but here we go. Big male this time, about 5.5 inches. Beauty. That one's got a little bigger claw than the female had. He's going down to find that big female. We've been catching a lot of oversize the past couple weeks. They just showed up for the fall. As soon as the water cooled off, they showed back up. Throughout the summer, we don't catch many. Mostly they're shedders. And our average run when they're shedding is about 1.25 pounds, 1.5 pounds. And we don't see hardly any big oversize throughout the summer, but pretty cool to see them show back up again. While we can't keep them, they're still fun to catch and entertaining to see, fun to share with you guys. We talked about it in past videos, but we're still in the process of it. We still would like to build a really large trap that's designed to catch those big ones. And our traps aren't designed to catch those big ones because we can't keep them. The hoops that go into our traps, the big ones, the real big ones, can't fit into our traps. They get a lot bigger than that, but we just can't catch them. So we want to build a trap that is designed to catch big lobsters and see how big of a lobster we can actually catch. This time of year would be the perfect time of year to do it since the big boys are starting to come out of hiding and are actually starting to trap a little bit. So we're hoping to do that within the next month or so. I think it'd be a pretty fun little series to set the trap and see what it catches. Maybe it won't catch anything. Maybe it'll be a fail, but it'd be fun to design it, build it, set it, see what it catches. If that's a series you guys would be interested in watching, following along, let me know in the comments, leave some suggestion ideas for the trap. I'd love to see that come to life sometime before New Year's. We got 5 traps left. We just got another big male, about identical to the last one. Big, healthy male. They're trying to find that big female we let go there a minute ago. There he goes.
Another big monster.
Yeah, look at that one. Holy cow. Whee! Normally this is the part of the day where we quit and head in. We're not that far from the harbor actually. Now we got to turn around and go for a boat ride. We'll go ride around, look at the electronics and find a new spot for these traps where they'll stay for the winter. There it is. Let's go exploring. All right, we have made it to the new spot. The traps are gonna now go off the boat just like they came on the boat. Well, except the complete opposite. It looks like a mess back there. There's a bunch of rope, but if everything goes back out and Cody takes them back off in the exact opposite order they came on, things will go smooth. We'll have them off the boat in no time, and then we gotta head home, unload the lobsters, get some bait for the next day. The finish line is near. All right, Cody did a pretty good job, I guess. They all went out smoothly. Good job, Cody. Whoa, almost just fell overboard. We got an hour and a half ride in, sell the lobsters. We still got the sandworm. We just got to pull up to the dock. We got to unload our lobsters, get our fuel and bait, and then we're headed home to feed G Nugget. If we can get the truck down to the hose, we might get him some fresh water too. Some fresh salt water, I should say.
I don't know who fucks them up, but we figured out we've got like 3 checks all in the whole stuff.
All right, let's go feed G Nugget. I'm headed home, work on it tomorrow. She's a beauty, the little commuter boat. She's falling apart up in the front, but don't worry about that. Another year or two, we might have to worry about the front. The front's getting lower and lower to the water each year. Oh, turn. Kick it, Tristan. All right, we're gonna sneak up on him again. I think he's probably out since it's kind of dark in here. He usually only comes out, oh he is. He's sticking out of his hole right now, he's watching us. He's backing back into the hole. He's been eating pretty good. Hopefully he'll cooperate here. Here we go. There goes the sandworm. Oh, he's got it. Did he grab it? Yeah, he's eating it right now. He's eating the sandworm. It's so funny to watch them eat. They have their front feet, their little feelers that they have. I guess they're not even feet. They look like hands. They use them just like hands. And they have chompers right in underneath their eye. And it gives you such a funny perspective of them after catching them my whole life. And then observing this one in the tank has been super interesting. Look, that worm's already gone, isn't it? I can't see him very good. He's got too good of a hiding spot. Looks like he ate the whole entire thing. I'm surprised he hasn't eaten that horn dog. There's the green crab over there. Like, where's my sandworm? Cool. I call that a success. I didn't get him water today. I'm probably gonna have to get him some water tomorrow. He's been a little bit since his last water change, but he's doing good. The tank's doing good. We'll continue updating you on G Nugget and the horn dog. We need a name for the horn dog if we're going to keep him. I don't know. I don't know if we're going to be able to keep him or not. And let me know what you thought of the Day in the Life series. Kind of a more vlog series. A little slower pace. Something I think that we could easily recreate if you guys enjoy this type of content. Leave a like, leave a comment, let us know. We'll see you in the next one.